Art materials can be so expensive. And when a painting doesn't work out, it feels like such a waste to throw it all away. That's exactly the situation I found myself in recently. Hi there, I'm Chie and welcome to my channel. I was experimenting with homemade watercolor grounds, trying to create a watercolor canvas. As soon as I put my brush down though, I knew it wasn't working. I even tried to salvage the painting with gouache, but no luck. Still, I didn't want to throw out a perfectly good canvas board, so I decided to paint over it with acrylic and see if I could turn it into something I'd be happy with. For this experiment, I decided to paint a stunning French castle, Chateau de Fontainebleau. I want to see if I could create that rich classical oil painting effect, but with acrylics. I have never really done a painting with acrylic before, so this was a total learning experience for me, and I was excited to discover what acrylic could do. One thing I immediately appreciate about acrylic is that once it's dry, I can layer paint without worrying about reactivating the layer underneath. That was such a relief because it took the pressure off. I just need to let an area dry before fixing any mistakes. Because I wanted to create that thick, textured oil painting feel, I couldn't get into the tiny details I usually obsess over, like all those little windows on this chateau. But that limitation actually helped me loosen up my painting style, which was really refreshing. I also love how acrylics help me build up layers and textures. This was especially fun when painting the clouds. By using thicker paint, I could make the brush strokes stand out, which suggests textures and depth without being overly precise. One thing I had to get used to though was using a lot of white paint. With watercolor, I mainly reserve it for highlights, but acrylic is a whole different game. I was genuinely amazed by how forgiving acrylics are. If I wanted a color to stand out more, I simply add more paint to bring it forward. Another thing that stood out to me was how satisfying it was to carve the painting out of a bright underpainting. Little bits of the base layer peeked through here and there, adding some character to the final piece. This experiment has been such a fun learning experience, and I wouldn't mind painting with acrylic more often in the future. It gave me a lot of freedom to play with textures and layers, and I feel like I've barely scratched the surface of what is possible with this medium. And here it is, the final painting. It has the classical oil painting vibe I was going for, but it's made entirely with water-based paint. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future art adventures. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you in the next video.